Do you want to live a life of freedom and adventure? Are you wanting more than the daily grind? Me too. Welcome to the EMMA LOVELL Show, a place where we talk about living a life you love now. I'm your host, Emma Lovell, and my number one value is freedom. I've spent the last 14 years running a business and traveling the world, and now I take my husband and toddler along for the adventure too. It's possible, and I know you can create a life doing what you truly love as well. This podcast will inspire, motivate, and encourage you to go after your dreams, to create a life you love and to live it now, not wait for retirement or someday in the future. I'll be sharing episodes weekly about how I harmonize business, travel, and self-care. I'll also bring on incredible guests to share their journeys, the wins, the challenges, and how they're creating a life they love. Let's jump in and get dreaming. This is a space for you to manifest a life you love. I would like to acknowledge and recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples as the first peoples of this place, now known as Australia. I am grateful for the continuing care of the land, waterways and skies where I work, live, listen, learn and play. From here on Yugambeh country and from wherever you are listening, I pay my respects to the elders past and present. Hello and welcome to the podcast. I am your host, Emma Lovell, and I'm recording this today on the first day of the Lunar New Year. It is the year of the fire horse. So happy New Year to you. I am wearing red because I heard that it's good luck. I actually picked this up today. It's good luck to buy something new as well. It's got little love heart buttons on my cardigan top. I'm wearing red earrings, which have garnet in them, which is my son's birthstone. He is a little Capricorn. So whether you're into these things or not, I'm going to throw everything at this. Good luck, abundance, and my words for this year are wild success and abundance. So wildly successful and abundant. And so I just wanted to say that up top. But what this episode is actually about is the Himalayan journey of a lifetime. And I am inviting you on the next Bleisure Life Retreat. And in fact, the next 2 Bleisure Life Retreats, because me being me and having this abundant and wild year, I have launched for the first time ever back-to-back retreats. Now you can come to Bhutan, you can come to Nepal, or you can come on the Himalayan journey of a lifetime and come to both. Now, I wanted to show those who are watching and those who aren't. I'll talk about what it is. But I have this amazing poster in my office. And funnily enough, here we go. I bought it in India, in Dharamsala in India, which is where I just hosted my last retreat, the Bleisure Life Retreat in India in November 2025. I bought this though 14 years ago this year. And it's kind of an old map of what the South Asian region was like. So it's got Tibet, it's got Bhutan, India, Nepal, Burma. It's got all these countries that are in this region, and that is where we operate. I partner with a travel company called Indusbound. I've been partnering them with them. It is 9 years this year that we've been working together to help people to have incredible experiences in South Asia. So they're boutique luxury travel specialists. And we now help amazing retreat hosts to run their retreats in India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan. So that's what I have done. I hosted in 2024. 2023 was India, Kerala. 2024 was Sri Lanka. 2025 was meant to be Nepal, but we had to change things a little bit. And then we went back to India, but that was the first Bleisure Life Retreat, which was incredible. Bleisure Life is what I now teach. It's how to harmonize your work, your travel, leisure, and self-care. So it obviously harmonizes perfectly with a retreat. And we go through that framework, the Bleisure Life framework on the retreat. So you're going to come and you're going to experience, these amazing destinations, but you're also going to be having this perspective shift and looking toward what you want for the future, and the future being tomorrow, a week, a month, a year's time, so that you can live a life you love now. Like the future is a minute away. So we'll go, oh, Sunday I'll do that, one day I'll do that. Well, Bleisure Life is something that you can be living now, and it's little tweaks, little changes, sometimes bigger changes whatever you need and whatever you desire to be a life that you love. And so I feel like Bhutan and Nepal, these countries that are the kind of quintessential to the Himalayas. And the Himalayas run through many countries, actually. And we were in the Himalayas, we're at the foothills of the Himalayas in Dharamsala in India. But to be in amongst these mountains, like you can't help but have a perspective shift. You can't help but have a change. You can't help but have transformation because it's just so grand and big. And you realize there's so much more out there and more possibility and opportunity for you. So Bhutan is from the 1st to the 7th of October, and it's going to be in Thimphu, Punakha, and Paro. So we will be on this trip, including flights from Delhi. We'll start in Delhi, flights from Delhi to Bhutan, and then we'll have this incredible 6-night, 7-day experience. However, you could also join us for Nepal, and we're going to have a 1-day break in the middle where we fly to Kathmandu, Nepal. We have a night there, which is kind of a rest day for everybody, a day off before we start the Nepal retreat. And that is going to be hosted in Nagakot and Kathmandu. So that will be the 8th to the 14th of October. So 1st to the 7th is Bhutan, rest day in the middle, which is included for those who join the Himalayan Journey of a Lifetime. And then Nepal is 8th till the 14th. So both retreats are 6 nights, but the total experience, if you did want to come for both, is 13 nights. So I had this itinerary now, the Nepal one. I mean, it's almost been 2 years, which is wild. And so I cannot wait to deliver it because we did have a hiccup last year and had to move the retreat. But Nepal is a destination that is so remarkable. I have been there 4 times, and I have actually trekked to Everest Base Camp. So on that trip, I spent a month in Nepal. And, I have people who are like family there. They call me Miley, which means second daughter. I speak Tora Nepali. Whenever I meet a Nepalese person, my heart sings and I just want to be around them and talk to them more. They are such a humble, beautiful, welcoming, adventurous people. Quite mild in nature. Food is more mild as well. The scenery, though, is not mild in the slightest. It is epic and grand and just huge. And you just can't believe that is the tallest mountain range in the world right there. And we were at, when we were in India at Dharamsala, somebody asked how tall is Everest compared to those mountains. So they look very high. Those mountains were around 4,000 meters. Everest is 8,800. So double that. And you just can't quite fathom that until you're standing in front of it. And even then, it's kind of hard to believe. So both these retreats they can be independent or they can be together. For those who come on both, the workshops are somewhat the same, but what happens in the workshops is always different because there's always going to be different people, different feelings on the days, different things are going on for you. So you could come and do this every year. And although we do the same content, I never deliver it in the same way anyway. I channel whatever's going on. But this is the part about the Bleisure Life is that it's not like make this plan, do it, we're done. Plans change, you change, we evolve. And so this sort of work is something that you can revisit year and year again. That doesn't mean you always need to be guided through it. You do receive the Bleisure Life plan as a free gift so that you can go to the course materials, watch videos, use resources whenever you choose. But you can gain those tools, you can apply those things, you can use your roadmap every year to set the path for what the year is going to come. And it doesn't matter that this is happening in October. We can make plans, we can set goals, we can reflect at any time. The reason we've chosen October is it's wonderful weather. It does get very cold in the Himalayas, in the mountains, and we might see snow caps, we might see snow, depending, how high up we're going and where we're traveling to. Some of our walks, we might see the snow. But October is a beautiful season where it's just a lovely temperature. It's also we're looking at these countries and looking at festivals and all those sorts of things. There are some peak periods where, although it's fun to take part in, it means the countries are very busy and there's a lot going on. Bhutan is an extremely rare destination, and you might not even know where it is. It sits in between, it's sort of like in a little nook with neighboring India, China, and Nepal. It's like the little gem in the middle. It is a country like no other. It has their GDP is based on happiness. They rank their success on happiness. It is the happiest country in the world. People are calm and very content. And it's somewhere that changed me forever. And I learned there, I believe I've talked about this on the podcast another time, about being good. And my wonderful guide sitting up at the Tiger's Nest, which is that iconic temple built into the cliffs. It's built into the cliffs. It's quite the trek to get up there, and we will go there. It's a beautiful walk up through the mountains, and it's in the cliff. And you go into this Buddhist temple, and we were sitting there, and I said, what's the difference between, where the Dalai Lama lives? Is there a difference between the Buddhism, approach in different countries? And he sort of just went, this with religion, with Buddhism, it's about being good, and be good, do good. You are good. And it was like not great or wonderful and I just sat there like sobbing, listening to this man. It was like the thing I learned from Bhutan is they have enough. You are enough. And when you have enough, and your cup is full, and then you can give and you can share, and they want to help one another and they rise together. And it seems such a communal sort of place. And no doubt there are troubles at times and there are things that happen. But ultimately, the Kingdom of Bhutan, from my experience and from any other experience I've heard from other people, I went there in 2016, 15, and I trekked in the mountains, which was incredible. What I learned is you are enough and you are good, and having enough is a wonderful thing, and being good is a wonderful thing, and happiness can be that. And so we can go and we can experience this together. So who are these retreats for? These retreats are for you if you're hearing that you want this. Retreats are not a tour. Yes, we're going to go to some different places. We're going to experience different things, because that opens up, your perspective, that opens up your mind, that allows you to see things in new eyes and see yourself with new eyes. That's why we do those things. But it's not a tour. And it's not a ticking off of things. It is a chance to reconnect to yourself, connect with other amazing people, connect with the countries and the culture that we're visiting, so that you can have a review of where you're at and are you living a life that you love? And if you're not, that's okay. Or maybe you get to use this reflection to go, yeah, things are great. And have that gratitude and abundance mentality and go, okay, how good can it get? What else could I call in? It's for people who want to expand, want to elevate, want to challenge themselves, want to have an adventure, want to do something different. And if you're calling for a change, you're calling for, yeah, something needs to be different. I've got to do things differently. If you're doing great and you're just like kicking goals and you're super successful and you're like, not that it gets boring, but you're like, I need a challenge. Like, how could I do things differently? Or how could I practice more rest? Or how could I practice more leisure and enjoyment? Yeah, I've got the success in business. Yeah, I've got the success in life. But how can I like really sit and be present and enjoy that? Maybe self-care is something that you need to work on more. It could be one of the three elements, the business, the work and wealth. It could be the travel and leisure, or it could be self-care, or it could be all of it. That's up to you to decide. All of the information is on the pages. So we have restandreceive.au, which is my Rest and Receive is the retreat business that I run. We predominantly work with people who want to host retreats. So I coach retreat hosts, people who want to host their own retreat, but we still host our own retreats. So each year I'm usually hosting one international signature Bleisure Life Retreat. EMMA LOVELL hosts the Bleisure Life Retreat with Rest and Receive, or an Australian one, which I'm actually hosting from tomorrow. So I'll be away on retreat for 4 days in Kangaroo Valley tomorrow. But these two, which is quite a unique circumstance, are the only ones we will be hosting internationally this year. So people keep asking me, where are you going? What are you doing? If you want to come on a retreat with me, come to Bhutan and Nepal. And I can say this with hand on heart, I will not run these destinations again. I will not run these retreats this way, this topic, this time, this group. I will not run it again because I like change and I like difference and I like doing different things. And there are so many wonderful places I want to take everyone. So I really want to cherish this and enjoy it because I know that there's new and different and wonderful adventures to come for me too. So please come and share this with me. It is a once in a lifetime. It's the Himalayan journey of a lifetime. And so if you're interested in Bhutan or Nepal or both, head to restandreceive.au/Bhutan or restandreceive.au/Nepal. And you will find there all the details about the retreats, lots of FAQs, the itineraries. I think they're pretty thorough and detailed pages, but if you do have questions, I'm more than happy to talk to you because I understand these are big investments. They are significant investment of time, of energy, and of finances. So of course you need to know that this is right for you, and I want it to be right for you. So I'm very happy to jump on a call. I'd love to hear from you, even if you've got an inkling of an interest. It's lovely to know that you're interested. You can send me a message on EMMALOVELL.au Instagram or restandreceive.au Instagram or Rest and Receive Retreats on Instagram. Or you can send us an email, emma@emmalovell.au. If you want to know more about the Bleisure Life and what I'm talking about, you can check out my book, The Art of Bleisure. That is, of course, a gift we give for anyone who joins the retreats. And as I said, you'll also get access to the Bleisure Life BleisureLife.au, which is the Bleisure Life plan. So if you wanted to check that out about what are we learning about, what are we talking about, why this for me. I think that's all I want to share. If you would like to know more about these countries, I can do a sort of more in-depth interview, more in-depth conversation. But I really just wanted to share that these are happening. We've already got some people who have joined on, which is incredible. And I just would love to take such a gorgeous group, including you, to have this. It's a journey. It's a cliche, but it is such a journey. And the journey begins. We always say the transformation happens at the transaction. So from the moment you commit, from the moment you say yes, from the moment you put down your deposit or pay the investment, then you're on the journey. And things are going to start to shift and change for you. And potentially you're just coming to Bhutan and Nepal to celebrate all that you have started to change in your world. And I would love to take you and be part of your journey. Thank you for listening today. Look forward to seeing you next time. I've been your host, Emma Lovell. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening, lovely one. I hope this has inspired you to dream big and start creating a life you love today. If you love what you're hearing, don't forget to follow and rate on Spotify and rate, review and subscribe on iTunes. It helps other awesome people to find this podcast and get motivated and inspired as well. Want to stay connected? Come and join the Live a Life You Love group on Facebook or connect with me on Instagram, emmalovell.au. The same as my website, but all the details are in the show notes, lovely. I'll see you next episode for more inspiration, motivation, and freedom seeking. Now go out there and live a life you love.